Hey everyone, and welcome. Are you getting ready to take the GED math test? It might seem a little intimidating, but don't worry, I'm here to break it all down for you. In this video, we're going to walk through the 4 major topics you'll see on the test: basic math, geometry, basic algebra, and graphs and functions. My goal is to give you a clear and simple overview so you can feel confident and prepared on test day. Ready to get started? Let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about basic math. This section is all about the fundamentals. You'll definitely need to be comfortable with fractions, decimals, and percentages. Knowing how to convert between them is a key skill. For example, can you quickly turn 1/2 into 0.5 and then into 50%? You'll also see problems involving number properties and operations, which includes things like exponents and square roots. Think of exponents as a shortcut for multiplication. Like 5 squared is just 5 times 5. And a square root is the opposite, like the square root of 25 is 5. Mastering these core concepts will build a strong foundation for the rest of the test. Next, we move on to geometry. Don't let the name scare you. For the GED, you'll mainly focus on the basics. This means understanding common shapes like squares, rectangles, triangles, and circles. You'll need to know how to calculate their perimeter, which is the distance around the shape, and their area, which is the space inside the shape. The good news is you'll get a formula sheet on the test, so you don't have to memorize everything. You'll also encounter the Pythagorean theorem. It's a special formula for right triangles that helps you find a missing side length. Remember, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It's a lifesaver for many geometry problems. Now, let's tackle basic algebra. This is where a lot of people get nervous, but it's more straightforward than you think. Algebra is like a puzzle where you're trying to find a missing number, usually represented by a letter like X. You'll work with algebraic expressions, which are combinations of numbers, variables, and operations. You'll also need to solve linear equations and inequalities. For example, if you have an equation like 2x plus 3 equals 11, your job is to figure out what x is. The key is to keep the equation balanced by doing the same thing to both sides. Once you get the hang of it, solving these problems becomes second nature. Finally, we have graphs and functions. This part of the test is all about visual information. You'll be asked to read and interpret different types of graphs, like bar graphs, line graphs, and coordinate planes. The trick is to pay close attention to the labels and scales on the graph to understand what data is being presented. You'll also be introduced to the concept of functions. A function is like a rule that takes an input number and gives you a specific output number. You might see them written as f of x. For example, a function might tell you to take any number, multiply it by 2, and then add 1. It's all about understanding the relationship between the input and the output. So, there you have it, a quick tour of the GED math test. We covered basic math with fractions and exponents, geometry with area and perimeter, basic algebra with solving 4x, and finally, graphs and functions. Remember, the key to success is practice. The more you work through sample problems, the more comfortable and confident you'll become. Do you want? Be afraid to revisit these topics and really spend time on the areas where you feel less certain. You've got this. Thanks so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips. Good luck with your studies.